Hello. All right. So before we get started, I just wanted to kind of talk a little bit and clarify a few things before we get started. I'm usually pretty blunt about what I say, so don't take offense by it. If I see something silly, I'm going to point it out, you know. Number two, I barely slept last night, so if I don't sound super energetic, it's because I'm, also sick. There's just a bunch of stuff going on, but yeah, I'll take a look at your Lifeweaver game. But another thing I wanted you to think about before I start on that is you need to probably decide on if you're going to play main support or flex support, because it looks like you play a mixture of the two. And I think if you're really wanting to make progress in a specific category quickly, you're going to want to pick, one or the other rather than playing both. So, finding 3 characters to play and get really good at is a surefire way to go up the ranks. And then from there, before that, you got to pick either your main support or your flex support. So depending on what playstyle suits you best, I recommend choosing one of those. But yeah, let's get right into it. All right, so I'm just gonna go through and say what I see, but obviously we'll focus on you because this isn't a team VOD. So, your Lifeweaver. Already looking at the team comp that we have going here, which I guess it theoretically could change as well, so I should probably wait before I say much on that. Okay, so we have Diva, that's good. She's still really busted. Reaper can be good with this combination, I guess, with Tracer. That could probably work. Kiri's good in pretty much every situation. And Lifeweaver is situational, but I've seen him perform really well. I'm probably going to focus less on specifics. Like, if it's really obvious positioning stuff that gets you killed, I'll probably say something, but if you're not in the perfect place at the perfect time 24/7, I'm not super worried about that. So, just be aware of that, I suppose. But yeah, all right, let's get started.
The objective is now active.
Okay. All right, well, that was already something I can talk about. So, no, oh, right, hold on. The skip settings haven't been changed. It resets these every single time. There we go. So, I mean, we've got a big team fight going over here. I like that you're using height here, but honestly, not advantageous in this situation because of how much cover is kind of obstructing your view. Fighting over here with Cage is probably the best choice. It seems that your team seems to want to sit around there as well. Because if we take a peek over here, we have Tracer over here. She can be by herself. Kiri's rotating down here. Technically, Kiri should be on height here, if I'm being honest. Actually, Kiri should be up here. You could be doing the same thing, just playing height right here, because they have one character that can do that. I mean, Kiri technically can, but, she's going to be healing her team, so she's less likely to just run you down. But playing up here on height where the camera is would be smart, right here. Because then you can see fucking everything and you can rotate left and right. You'd be able to help Diva there. Yeah, let's fast forward a little bit. Oh, I fast forwarded and you died. Okay, so you're on point. That's great. You're capping it. You see Cass walk, so you should be out of here at this point. He doesn't even kill you outright, but you kind of just feed into him. I think your Kiri probably should have healed you, but I'm not expecting anyone to pay attention in this lobby. Yeah, she was late on that. So, I mean, probably kite that, back up a little bit, get over here to where your team can help you and you're not being forced into a fight with a DPS that you obviously can't out aim. Okay. I like taking height, especially as a support. Kiri just almost 2-tapped you.
Thank you so much.
Not really doing anything here. Probably want to yeah, no need to chase the Rhine, but definitely want to be somewhere where you can actually help your team, which is probably above where you are right now. I know Rat's there right now, but just even if it's toward the back rung there, you can try to fight him up there. Not that I'd really recommend it, but just in general, around this entire point, let me just be clear about this since I'm just yapping. Playing height is like really important on this map, especially on support. If your team is all fighting in cage, you probably want to be back here. I love sitting up here as Kiri. Not great angles, but I can get up and down really quick, so it makes it hard for them to shoot me if they're on the enemy team. Playing into here and being able to back up around the corners and all that is really helpful. Simultaneously, if your team isn't here and you're the only one up, like you are literally the only one up here, and there's no reason to be feeding right now, but you're just kind of hanging out. So you probably just want to get out as soon as possible. You know, your tank killed himself. You seemed scared to walk point anyway. So if you're not going to walk point, which you shouldn't really walk point at this point unless your Reaper is absolutely insane, you know, probably just back up, because instead we're hanging around in like dead space over here, and you are probably going to kill him, I'm hoping, but you know, Cass is coming for you. This Kiri seems to have an aptitude for hitting you in the face, so, you know, maybe don't risk what you don't have to. Well, barely. No, here comes Cass. Did we get him? Barely. If he had a sup, you'd have died. But see, his sups are too far back. He fed. That's fine. Yeah, be careful. Both your DPS are on point. I would be taking a right over here. Slow it down a little bit. Yeah, that's not a good spot to be in. Your Kiri TP's all the way over to the Reaper. You popped Tree on point, which I like, but you did it from the outer angle, which completely exposes you to, yes, the cast ult, this Junkrat if you wanted to, and their tank and their other sup are able to wrap you and obviously kill you pretty much instantly. So you kind of cut yourself out. Your whole team is over here, right? So if you'd have at least swung around right, you might have been able to back around the point to where they were initially and not be dead here. But it's fine. There's not much, oh my god. There's not much cohesion here between your team and your DPS specifically.
I'm a warrior, but I'm a girl too.
I fucking hate that voice line.
But I'm a girl too. I'm a warrior.
Let's see. Speed this shit up a little bit. Okay. Probably don't want to be standing still. I'm sure you had your reason though. And your tracer gets fucking picked immediately. And your DPS. Jesus. Not a terrible Kiri ult. Team kind of threw there. I mean, both your DPS fed immediately and died before there was even anything to be done. So, you know, that really can't be helped.
I know a guy.
I'm afraid.
Chance a dash.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
No Alari swap.
Killing pile on the corner.
Okay, your tank is in there. Again, you kind of... Well, I guess you're waiting on point, but like if I'm Alari, I'm going to be over here with walls and cover. Your pylon... Where's the pylon? Do we have a pylon? Pylon is up. That's not your pylon. Your... Probably not that, if I'm being honest. That's not doing anything. You know, we want pylon to be healing our team. Not, like, yeah, that's not doing anything. I mean, it helps that guy because he walks over to it, but your teammates that were, like, getting murdered are over here on the right. That's where the team fight's at. You know, it can be argued that it's helping your sim right now, but it wouldn't have to help your sim if someone was looking directly at her. Hold on, let's look at the tank fight here. What went wrong? Okay, Rom into Hog. I mean, it's really hard to say with certain tank lineups. Like, obviously, Zar into D.Va is favorable for Zarya because it's a rock, paper, scissors effect, but Hog on this map is tricky to fight. Generally, you probably want to ban him, if I'm being honest, just because if your team doesn't care properly, you're going to end up having someone put in the hole. I don't really think there was much you could do there. Where's your other sup at? Lucio died early, yeah? Okay, he's playing on the inside where you probably should have been there. He runs over to the left after your teammate's already dead.
The objective is now active.
See how, like... Okay, Pylon's over there, and yeah, it's kind of healing, then he goes out of range there. And I mean, I know Junk bursted him down, but... I mean, just bad positioning from your team on that. I don't really know that there was a lot that you did wrong there. You hung back, which was smart, otherwise Hog probably would have hooked you.
Healing pylon out. Come to me. I'll heal you. Working on healing pylon deployed.
Okay. That's not good.
Positioning healing pylon.
She. I'm so EP. Okay, I mean, yeah, you shoot him in the face. Your BAP and your Junk go to push him. Your Junk gets immolated. While you're distracted with that, I think that's when your Diva gets demexed, yeah? She's over here by herself, man. You gotta... I mean, I guess BAP is trying to heal her, but, like, he's off in middle of the fucking nowhere over here, and then you're over here trying to kill this Junkrat. You gotta carry the backline, but your tank is pretty much the only person on your team right now that can help you, so probably just, you know, prioritize healing your tank. Usually one support handles core, which is a DPS and a tank, and then another support will go with whatever your flanking DPS is. So in this comp, that would be Genji. It's not always going to be a... How did you not kill anyone? It's not always going to be a two-man split, but that's a very standard Overwatch play. You notice both their supports stick to their tank like glue, staggered right behind. A solid ult, you got someone with it. Okay, I like playing height here. Somebody should probably be with Genji over there, but he can be self-sustaining, kind of like Tracer in some ways. Backing up when your tank backs up is good. Use that cover in there. It's the only thing that keeps you alive. And dropping height so quickly usually isn't good, but... DPS gets a pick. Stay on your Diva. Definitely cure that Hog, though. If he looks at you, you're dead. Yeah, he keeps hooking your tank like a moron, but... If he was smarter, he would just kill you, because you're really close to him here. Also, I don't think you can actually get to height, but ideally your BAP would be playing something like over by Windmill there. Because if you play height in a lot of these scenarios, you are able to do more for less. Okay, can we not be doing that? Need to unbind that. Hello, let me flip. Come on, Epic Pen. I installed you, so fucking work. Bingo. Okay, so, I mean, just playing height in general is usually the better thing to do because you're able to shoot down at enemies, you're able to see them more. They're only seeing, like, a tiny bit of your, like, head on the edge of it. You can see their entire body. You're more likely to hit. Hog shooting upward at you with his hook makes it harder for him to hook you. You know, in order to have a fair game, they either have to come up here, which a lot of characters can't, or they have to then... you know, be up here to fight you off of this. So playing height is usually smart. I don't know if Alari can actually make that jump. I'm kind of assuming so. This looks jumpable, but not really super important here. But just a general guideline is that playing height here on this map is really helpful, especially when holding the closer side, because you're able to like shoot into here, which is usually where the team will ball up. Holding their height can be really difficult, so I don't really recommend that, but I guess if the opportunity arises and your team is able to do it, do it. But yeah, also from here, I mean, you can see a lot more. You can see where everyone is if they're out exposed. You can see down main, you can see down the side lane, you can know if somebody's in the health box here, and then you can simultaneously peek over here to cage, and you can know who's over here, whether that be enemies or friendlies, and then you can rotate around the back if you want to take the long way, the safe way, or if you want to walk off the back and be right here, you can heal into main pretty much immediately. Simultaneously, a lot of tank players like to just sit in here, and you can just heal from under out. There's also the health pack there if you need it, but there's just lots of utility in using this spot on the map. It's one of my favorite spots to sit. It can feel like you're kind of doing fuck all if you're not actually like actively engaging with the sight lines you're allotted. So, you know, it's not for every situation, but I definitely think it's overlooked. I see you doing a lot of just standing on main 24/7, where that definitely has its time and its purpose, but you don't have to do it the whole time. You know, your DPS don't really seem to be self-sufficient in a lot of ways, so I'm going to stop yapping, but you get my point. Height is very important. Okay. I mean, I like the idea of wanting to use ult here. They are pretty boxed up, although you pop that without knowing that, so I would probably get a beat on them beforehand, you know? You're gonna ideally want to knock a sup out with that ult. That's probably the most value you're gonna get out of it, unless you're like head tapping everyone, which, no offense, you don't seem to be doing for most of the game. Like, you killed her, but she was one tap. So I don't know. I don't play Illari. Her ult is, it can be really good like their Illari ult was there, but if you use it kind of like yours, it can just kind of go off with like crickets, you know, just not do anything. Especially if they have a Kiri, like, just Suzu that shit. Luckily, Devin on the other team is a moron and swapped to Moira. That was funny. Okay, so we win this one. Whatever they had going the first round definitely stopped.
1-1. Ready for battle. Ready for battle. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
This is another height. Yep, good job. That's exactly what I like to see. Illari does have limited range here, though, so if your tank moves out of your sight line or you feel like you're not getting value, don't be scared to walk. Definitely be careful when playing into Junkrat, though. Okay. I don't mind that pylon. I mean, like, probably, yeah, I was going to say probably not in the sight line of the enemies, ideally, but putting it back there, good. Don't be scared to hit the Mega, it's right there. Before the rat is shooting you, of course, but even while. Where'd your tank end up at? Just very dead already. Yeah. Yeah? No? Demacked. Okay. Well, yeah, see, so you and your other support seem to get, like, really caught up in shit. So your tank also probably needs to just pay attention and back up a bit, but, like, we're over here with one guy shooting at us. We have 4 people here. Nobody's giving him proper attention. But then simultaneously, if we're not going to kill the Junkrat, then go heal the tank, because your tank dies here and then you lose the fight. And then that's, you know, that's that. The fight's over and you're going to have to back up. You know, Junk sits in the middle and dies. Okay, we have 5 people, and if this was a team comp thing, I would say that your tank needs to give the all clear to go. Okay, they take out 1. Oof. Okay, we get the tank trade. Let's get on point. I like that you're trying to play forward a little bit, but yeah. A better Kree just ults you out of the air, unfortunately, but you lived somehow. You should probably rewind that and just take a look at that and slow it down a little bit. A lot going on here. So we kill their tank because he makes a stupid push to kill your tank. So we trade tanks. Ultimately, point's completely open here. Junkrat is the only threat to your team at this point. I don't know if we handle him, but maybe he just fucks off. Yeah, so we go cap. I like the idea of you trying to be up here. Maybe you're thinking about popping ult, which is why you're here. Yeah. And for some fucking reason, their Illari does not kill your BAP. Doesn't get him. If he'd have died, I don't think he would have won the fight, if I'm being honest. But, you know, we get lucky here. You somehow also don't die by sheer luck. But I don't know that I would play that far forward. But I mean, you know, you had ult, so maybe there was good reason to risk that. But you know, if that went south, you lose the game. So just be aware of that, you know. Decide if things are really worth it beforehand. Come on, Genji, get that Junkrat. Jesus. Alright, Blade. And he's gagged. Oh god. This is just panic at this point. You got nobody left. Yeah. Yeah, I'll look at that last fight there. So, already here. Alright, so we have our junk on height. Our Genji just, I mean, he just throws. He fucking throws. If I'm him, which he has ult right now, by the way. We haven't even talked about ults this whole time, which is just not really what I'm focusing on. He probably should have prodded Blade while he was up here to get the drop on them, you know. He doesn't kill the rat. He has ult. He probably could have ulted there. The rat misses him. Dash the rat. Drop down. Then, okay, he used dash already. Anyway, blade him. Do whatever. Drop down. Get a kill. Because he would have died there. Get the next guy. Maybe knock out a support. And then you guys would have been able to hold this. So, you know, Genji throwing aside. This positioning isn't really... You know, their cast is completely fucked here. If your tank had, you know, eyeballs. You'd look over and kill that guy. Again, supports are stacked. You guys aren't actually healing anyone. You're both just sitting inside. Now you're dueling the cast for no reason. You don't need to be in there doing that. You need to be up on top of this healing your tank. He dies, of course, because he's not getting care from either of his supports. And then they play cleanup duty on everyone. Rat also, I think, holding ult for way too long there. Yeah, he has... No, he didn't have it yet. Okay, he gets a pass. Ram should have popped ult before that. Probably would have died the slam anyway, but whatever. Yeah, it's unfortunate. So I mean, yeah, just a lot of general stuff to work on there. You've got some positioning issues. You've got some target allocation issues, like paying attention to like what needs to be handled first. You get very distracted the moment there's someone in front of you. Which makes me think that flex probably isn't a good idea, but I mean, you know, that can be learned. Like, train your attention span to more accurately be able to handle that kind of stuff and decide what's more dangerous, letting the Kree that's inside on the left run away or healing your tank on the last fight of the game. Probably want to do the last fight of the game if I'm being honest with you, but your call. Let's see, this is the other one. I'll probably go even faster with this one. Usually I don't like my VODs to go over like 30 to 40 minutes, so... which one are you? Number 3 this time. Juno. Okay, so now we're playing Flex. Okay, so just some simple positional shit on first point. You're a flying character, you don't need to be sitting on main, unless you're like absolutely terrified. They don't have a sniper character, it doesn't look like, so no need to be there anyway. Not that you'd know yet. You should be up here with this guy, healing him, and then shooting down. And if the heat gets bad enough from main, if they start killing your people, or they like almost kill your tank, you can then speed boost, either shoot it down here and speed boost him out, or you can wrap around right and heal him from the safety of hotel. Playing in and out of hotel and then back in this alcove as a support is not a bad idea. This is a great place to be, especially if your tank is up in here. You want to be in here and using this wall to angle isolate. You know, never exposing yourself more than you need to be. But let's get on with the rest of the match. Okay, some poke. Where's your other support? Am I blind? I'm blind, right? Where is he? Okay. That's... I mean, I don't... Where were we? We take the long way around? What the hell? Okay. I guess bro's just up there. Doing what? I don't really know. Yeah, I mean, he has the right idea. Coming up here and sitting up here to heal, that is great. I don't know that I see Ana ever really played on this map. Not really. I don't know. You know, everyone plays every character on every map, but this isn't a critique for that person. This is a critique for you. But yeah, Ana has the right idea, sitting up here, maybe gets a little bit of poke. You know, they have a fat target like Bastion, you know, maybe he kills him because he's able to shoot him when he's trying to get around a corner, you know, just shit like that. But generally, you'd want to be the one on height because you're the flying character, because you can get back up there. I believe if you hop on this car and do your jumpy jump and fly, you can just glide right up there.
Defend objective
Oh yeah, see, like what happened here? We're already critical. Yeah, it was. That's not even using her ability here. And I mean, you use her ability if you can use her ability, but like, if you're up here, you can just see everybody coming through and you maybe get 2-3 locks, and if not hitting them, you're forcing them to go around the wall for a second, which buys time for your tank to be healed by your torpedo, so you're stalling at least and keeping them alive, right? Because we're on defense, we're just trying to like live, not actually, you don't necessarily have to kill the entire other team. You just need to live and stall. So just kind of completely defeating the entire purpose of her kit by sitting down here. So just, yeah, not good. Ash dropping height is interesting, but speed boost up there for your ROM isn't bad, but okay, see, so what happens over here with your DPS? Ash drops for some reason, Hanzo comes onto point, Genji's up here at this point, your Ana doesn't fucking help for shit, and then dies to the Genji at one tap. Oh god. I mean, yeah, help the tank. Careful for Genji. We already know he's killed your teammates once. Again, like, if they had a snipe, like, if their Ashe was better, probably would have killed you peeking that. Then again, this isn't Masters GM, so maybe not something you need to be worried about. It's just kind of nitpicking. Again, just saying what I see as I see it. Your Ana wanting to be on height is admirable, but bro is just currently not in the fight because he's rotating up the stairs for 2 minutes straight. Playing back toward the doorway is the smart decision here. Although now we got problems because Queen is flanking left. Your tank has no clue apparently. Oh, there we go. I think we lost that just because we didn't pick anybody. They killed someone on your team before you killed one of them. You are playing super passive. I'm not really seeing you use torpedoes at all. Just kind of hiding in the back. Like, you and Ana have, like, flipped roles here. It's interesting. Okay. Torpedo on everyone who's already full health. Again, because we just, like, we're not playing into angles that allow her to use her kit. Okay. It's not bad. Did we have our ability here? Oh, we just used it. Okay. Juno's E is less of a big deal than a lot of things. Yeah, I mean, you could see quite a few of them there. That wasn't a terrible idea, but yeah, then we're just out of position, so we're not looking. Sometimes you die because you die. And if the rest of your team's dead, you can't really help that, can you?
Another magical transformation.
Yes, Juno, another magical transformation. Trust. Being here isn't really a problem, although you keep using your torpedoes when you're standing on the ground with like no visibility on the enemy team, so you're just kind of throwing that into the garbage can. Probably want to be, you know, either putting yourself in positions where you can properly use her abilities. Like that wasn't a bad idea on like backing up and trying to use that, but just remember, being in the air makes your movement more predictable and more slow when it comes to changing directions. So if you're at 25 HP, generally starting to fly is the last thing you want to do. That's what I have to keep telling the Juno on my Face-It team. She keeps killing herself because she does that. She flies as soon as she gets hurt. It's like, nope, don't do that. Okay, yeah, make sure we're helping that guy. I mean, you could theoretically play height there. I don't know that I like that though, because they do have an Ashe and a Genji, so where you're at is probably mostly fine. I don't know what we're looking for there though, unless you thought Freya was gonna dash all the way back. Okay. Oh boy, we're confused. We're lost. We're lost. What happened? Got scared. Okay, wanting to throw E down on the retreat is fine. You've got your ult up. We know they have the Wu Yang ult coming in, so I'm popping that at that point, to be honest. Queen ults. You can't heal them when they're inside, so I recommend either hitting them with... Yeah, I mean, you didn't really have anything to do. Stalling point's not a bad idea if you're gonna die anyway. But probably would have... Yeah, if Reaper's over there, I would have tried to find him and help him. Alright, maybe go up height and then, like, fall back to point. That way you don't get staggered with him, but... You know, we held ult there when you definitely should have used it in that fight. There's height to your right you can get on as Juno. Yeah, you saw it there for a second. That's not really helping anyone, because we threw it out in front of the defensive line. Okay, their tank's dead, which means this should be an easy win. Okay. See? That's exactly what I was talking about. You're playing into an Ashe and you're giving her something to shoot at by flying like that. You can cancel your flight by pressing shift again. You're way safer pressing E to get away when you're hurt than you are. Like, yeah, see, you just stayed in LOS, and I could tell you even, like, just fucking gave up because you stopped moving your mouse around. You're just staring off into this direction. Ashe is down there on the right. We know this because she's shooting at us, right? We're at 100 HP. We get pulsars off. I'm hitting shift right now and dropping down. Cancel. But then we hover for 3 whole cycles of her gun before dying, too. Plenty of time to get away. Okay, we still have all... Like, yeah, maybe get up on the... Yeah, definitely use it now. We don't, though. And everyone dies. Burn ult. Burn ult. Oh, it's way too late. Biggest thing so far is definitely, like, there's a lot of positioning issues here. It's like, the moment you're on a flying character, like, everything becomes scary again, I'm noticing. Oh, hey, here's the other map. Huh. Kind of forgot that was over here. Weird.
One magical step at a time.
Let us proceed with haste.
See, we're popping torpedoes when we lost our flight already. Like, now you can't see anything, and that's when you decided to use it. It's a little backwards. I like playing on the bus. I do the same thing. Good idea. The moment your tank goes, you need to get with her, though. Get in that alcove to the right. So, rotate right, probably. Speed boost your teammates up there, and then heal D.Va from height there and keep her alive. Playing down main is fine and dandy, but if your tank actually has that hold already, you might as well help her. And using torpedoes when there's nothing to hit. Yeah, it's like your understanding of Juno's, like, utilities is, like, really... And this isn't me being mean, I'm just saying it's, like, really... Like, basic. It's just not... You're using things at the wrong times, I think, because you're, like, getting stressed out, so then you're just button spamming in the moment when things get bad. Like, generally speaking, I fly, hit torpedoes immediately when I know there's going to be a scan. So, like, let's say... Ignore the Wu Yang ult. Let's say that I have... Oh my god, it's doing that shit again. Let's do... Where's my eraser? Yankee. No, let's do the eraser, please. Please. Thank you. So let's say that I'm you, so we're over here. Yeah, that's great and dandy. Your team's down here. You got a Genji on point. That's dangerous because their entire team's there. Let's say you have a pretty good idea that their entire team is over here. So these are the bad guys, you know. We're wanting to avoid the skull. Um, and you want to use your torpedoes, probably. You know they're there. So what I'd be doing is I'm flying up. I am popping torpedoes probably when I'm like right here, so the animation is locked in. I'm locking like 2 or 3 of them, and as long as I don't get shot, then I'm firing those around the corner. Then I'm using the rest of my boost to retract back around the corner and get up here to heal my team. Same idea can be done if you want to do a wider rotate. Probably not into Ash, bad idea if they have a hit scan, but if you wanted to, let's say you had teammates up here or your tank is playing out of here, because this happens a lot. Someone will hide behind the phone box. You could just fly up off this and go over there. Then you can heal from here and heal from here. But you do a lot of the kind of the opposite, where I see you like use your ability. So you pop flight, you go up, and then once you've been flying for a bit, you shoot like 3 or 4 times. Then as your ability is running out, then you pop torpedo. So like if you're right here and the car is here, you pop torpedo by the time that you're falling down behind something, and then you get 0 value with it. You don't even need to be flying to pop torpedo. Like if you've got 3 teammates that are hurt, you can theoretically pop that into that if there's no way you can do damage. But generally speaking, torpedoes are best used on the enemy team, because that's your main source of damage as a flex support. You can shoot shit with your pistol, and that's all fine and dandy, but a lot of the damage comes from torpedoes. I don't know the exact value on the damage, but it's a chunk. You can kill people with it. So just that's something I would work on with Juno, as well as your use of your E. I see you just kind of throwing it out there willy-nilly, and I mean, I do the same thing sometimes, but if there is a character on the enemy team that you're going to need to use it into, like, I don't know, say Junker Queen, because she walks, her kit is based on getting into a kill zone and then using axe and shotgunning you. You are kind of a direct, not counter, but you are a direct utility that can be used to get away from that. Simultaneously, Diva functions in a similar way to Junker Queen, where instead of just walking and axing, though, she boosts and can get up in people's face and kind of run them down with her mech. And you allow her to do that quickly with your boost. So paying attention to when your Diva is likely to go on a dive or even just a poke, using your ability to help her is best. But I just kind of see a lot of you throwing it out there like it's like it's an Alari turret. You just kind of toss it when the fight starts, and then by the time you need it, so if their queen walks or something's bad's happening, then you just don't have it anymore, and then you're just kind of fucked. Sorry, there's the cleaning ladies in the hallway cleaning the carpets, but you know, I mean, not the hugest deal. I mean, nothing is really a huge deal, but like when it comes to playing certain characters, like you need to probably definitely work on just Juno's kit in general. And then, like I said, knowing when to fly and when not to. Remember that like your momentum is heavily impaired when you're in the air as Juno, as opposed to when you're on the ground. Then you can jitter strafe, which I can give some examples of after this. I don't want this to be too long, but you can skip it if you don't care. Okay. And see, good on Diva there. I think luckily she got your speed boost because you threw it out. So we take this, cool. What the fuck, Diva? Okay, bro's feeding. Why'd she sit there like that? What the fuck? I mean, she's probably dead anyway, but she could have gone in and gotten Mega, and she fed. Unfortunate. Yeah, I'm not even really getting into a lot of the complexities of like alt econ and like team comp and like paying attention to what they have, other than like if they have hit scan, you as Juno, you have to watch out for that guy. Like their Ashe is a direct counter to you in this scenario. Yeah, we're kind of just... Okay, Blade's in. Blade gets 3. He wins the fight for you. Literally by himself. Okay, you have your ult. I want to see you use it. Like before... Whoa, this is... Not bad as long as the tank's up there with you. Yeah, that's where I play usually. If not there, I'm on the back stairs over here.
力挽狂澜。
Okay, this is a little too fast to actually process much of what's going on, I'm sure, so... But you won the fight. I mean, they just kind of give up all the space in the entire world. It looks like their tank pushes into the fight before they even really have... Looks like they already lost 2. What did I miss? Okay, so Zen and the Sim frontline this while their tank isn't up there yet. Genji deflects. That's funny. We shield the ult. They go in on it. Yeah, they're cooked. Okay. The Zen's probably too far back to actually do much of anything, too.
The checkpoint.
I like playing up there, too. It's good. See, now you're playing height as Juno, which is good. You have that jump. Might as well use it. That's an okay place to sit. I'd be careful doing that, though, because, like, anyone can just shoot you because it's a literal box. That's not good. We bob after our tank is dead, which I guess theoretically can work, but they don't have anybody that's low HP, really, so... I mean, the Wu Yang feeds. Okay. Sure. Free value. This is a be aware of your surroundings type deal. You're doing the thing where you're just shooting people. Doing damage is great between healing your teammates. You've got your buddy here is about to die, and that's your other support. So if he dies, you're probably going to die as well. Your team is dead. Your tank is out. This fight is still doable because this guy's not even looking at Bob. And, or wait, no, that's your Genji, sorry. This guy's trapped in here. Genji can probably get him simultaneously. Their queen is in here. You know, everybody on their team is pretty much separated. They don't have support in here. So these guys are kind of just here. And the Zen is being cut out by your Genji. So, I mean, this is winnable. Bob is still there, probably going to be gone soon, but he killed one of their supports already. But you're over here just kind of shooting their queen, who's got plenty of cover, is full HP. Not really any need to be doing that, in my opinion, while you have a teammate that's right here that needs help. We hit him with that, that's fine. We're shooting and missing instead of healing our teammates. Okay, your Ashe is still behind you at like 1 HP. Genji walks off the map, which I just what? This is such a fustercluck. Okay. Oh, oh. Make sure we keep the full burst on him. If you're hitting him with like 1 pellet out of the like 5 she shoots, it's not gonna help much. Okay, yeah, using your speed to get away from that, smart idea. Oh, we just canceled the torpedo. It gives you a free recharge if you cancel it most of the time, but... I like trying to use the ult there to get point. Yeah, so ults, you've got 2 hit scan, or 1 hit scan on your right, Sim's walking point, Ryan is in your ult, gets antied, so that's bad news. Then this is probably something to, you know, mention, like positioning again, like, whoa, what's the problem here? What do you see wrong with all of that being exposed to you, who is also in the air again, by the way? Your Rhine shield's down here, not up there. So, you know, I'm pretty sure if you're, yeah, maybe not at this height, but at the peak of your jump, you can get up here, and that's a quicker way to get away than flying straight down main. Where's your Ana? In fucking respawn. So not good situation, and you shouldn't really ever be up here. And I think you were only up here because you popped your ult. But even then, I think that Juno's ult is kind of like Rush, where it excels when it's popped into the enemy line directly. Let me play a little bit here. Yeah, so I mean, you pop it from a ways back, but I think you're dying so hard to be in your own ult that then you are forcing yourself out. And I mean, you know, they're coming back from respawn, thankfully, but if this dude or this dude are like any better at the game, you're dead here. You know, people still struggle to shoot Juno a lot of the time, which is, you know, lucky for you, but generally not good to be just completely exposing yourself when you don't have to. You could literally just be down here on main, like standing right here and still be healing your tank without maximizing your exposure to the entire enemy spawn and point. And then simultaneously, when your buddy Ana gets back, you also can be healed from like down lane. Whereas now if you're here, anyway, you get my point. I'm nitpicking again, but just positioning. Because not only that, you don't even back up immediately. You like hang around up here, which then is why you almost fucking die. I can't believe you don't die, honestly. Like, I don't know how the soldier doesn't just shoot you, but it's good that he didn't, because you lived. You know, so then, I mean, what happens with Ryan here? So you're so busy backing up now that you've realized you're almost dead, that then the time that your Ryan finally needs your help, you're not actually able to see him because you're backed up too far. Nobody's in here. This is a tight angle, so if you're standing on this corner here, you can help him with kind of minimal exposure because his shield's up, right? So then we have to rely on Genji Nano, which is just not really great because, you know, we could have just held the tank alive. That goes for you and your Ana. You win somehow, but you know, there are lots of mistakes being made on both ends, which is why the match goes to overtime. Okay, not a bad idea to press either. That's fine. Get right on the point. Yep, too tight of an angle. I didn't even think we got hit markers off that one, did we? Nope. Okay, I like this idea, and this is a dangerous thing. This could probably be argued against me saying this, but if you're gonna pop your ability, yeah, he doesn't need it for healing. They threw barrier up here. You've got locks. Don't rotate left before you can actually hit them with it. If you're gonna rotate and do something risky like this, and you just absolutely need to be doing it, just fly right and then back into here because they won't be able to see you for very long. The soldier already kind of proved that he's not really paying attention to you. So, you know, I would probably get your ability usage and just back into here. You have the advantage to use all these height platforms, so, like, you know, try to do that. Okay, we get an anti, and our tank feeds for it. Well, what did we do as a support player? Did we help him? No, I mean, he went in pretty deep there, but I don't think your Ana was hitting their shots. But you know, this is OT. We really gotta like lock in and help. Ana's hitting the nades. The enemy team is kind of feeding here. They have a tank and you don't, and yet they're kind of just flopping around like a fish. Oh man. That's bad news too, because they have a minute 20. You guys didn't cap, so now if they even cap at all, they just win instantly. Rendering OT effectively over. So, I mean, alright. Height here is good unless you can't see your tank. Your tank is like your win con at this point, because in a, like what's the term for that? It's like, yeah, whatever. We're just gonna call it overtime because that's what it is. But when it's overtime like this and every single second matters and is very critical, you gotta be giving your tank like all your attention. I think you have to reload here, which is part of the problem. Hit him with an E or something. Help him out. There we go. We're reloading. We miss the burst. We don't use torpedoes and then he dies. And then we use torpedoes after he's dead. Gets a kill. You're walking into the turrets here. I think you realize that, but it's too late. And then you die. Yeah. So, I mean, was that entirely your fault? No. Could you have probably held? Yeah. So, I mean, you might have lost that round just because you, like, walked into turrets and didn't have to. Which is a very avoidable problem, considering those turrets were all out in the open, you know? We're almost done. We're almost at 50 minutes here, so... if we do more of these in the future, I will have more energy. but my meds have worn off at this point, so I'm just very sleepy. I woke up at like 3:30 in the morning. It's currently 3:04, so I've already been up for like 12 hours on like 2 hours of sleep, so not good. But this isn't about me, I'm just saying. I'm usually more constructive, and I'll be a little more see, I'm like struggling to even find words. I'm just out of it, but I'm pointing out things that are important. The things I'm saying aren't just like bullshit. Like some of it's nitpicking. That torpedo was fine. I mean, yeah, you got eyes on friendlies and hostiles. You have an ability, and oh, you're shooting a turret? Okay. Those can't hit anybody up there, so not really worth looking at. Your Bastion is probably worth your attention more, considering he's almost fucking dead here. You get him up to like half, then you pop a reload, and I think your attention span, for whatever reason, locks onto the turret up there. Okay, he's back up to full. Oh, that's fine. Then you're like, I'll shoot turret. And now Bastion's almost dead again. Give him a speed boost. Good job. Then, yeah, bad time to pop torpedoes. You still had ammo in the magazine. So, you had ammo left, which could have healed Bastion quicker than popping torpedo, but you chose to pop torpedo instead of just shooting him with your gun, so then he died because the torpedo cast time was longer than his, health bar lasted. Whereas in reality, usually I'll pop torpedo in like close range situations like that after I run out of ammo, because then I don't have any other choice. So just a tip. He might have been able to live, might not have. Just nitpicking. Okay, so this happens a lot on this map, where the enemy tank will just come and block the door while whoever else is trapped on point. I don't know really what your best case scenario in getting around this is, but this guy made a very clear, he very clearly is backing up here, right? Well, he's about to. Tries to kill your Ana. You completely, oh, he still hits that, okay. Hitbox, wow. Okay, uses ability cast, bro's out. He's got no cooldown, so he's gonna back up. You should be, yeah, heal your Ana, but you should be getting on the point by now, because this dude's already rotated. Oh my god. That is so lucky. Oh my god. You guys completely, like... This was a fucking mess. If their tank could just pick target priority, like, this, they win. But she kind of throws this, I think. Their whole team probably does. I'm not paying too much attention to, like, all of them, but... They had the advantage there. They killed your tank. They had their, they had their dude up, and then they have both their DPS on point, so it's like, ideally they hold. Queen has a lot of sustain. She can just kind of keep herself going, especially when she was in close like that, but your Bastion was able to cut her down. You've also got turrets on point here, which should be like giving you hell, but their tank just doesn't select targets, so you guys win that, which is kind of ridiculous. Like, yippee, but at the same time, like, yikes. That would be a win that I would feel really grossed out by. Like, if it was me playing, I'd be like, oh man, I can't believe we won that. But, yeah, okay, that's 2 games, that's about an hour of content. Again, sorry it's not as high quality as a lot of my VODs usually are. If you have more games in the future you want me to look at, I am more than willing. If you found this as negative or overcritical, I apologize, but like I said, I just kind of say what I notice. It's nothing personal against you, but I just like to get that disclaimer out of the way, because, mistakes need to be brought attention to. That way you remember them and you fix them. So maybe next time you're about to, do a silly-ass rotate on Juno and throw yourself into the enemy team's line of fire, you think about the things I said, and then, you don't do it. But, yeah, that's that. Well, hopefully that was helpful. If you have any questions, you can feel free to, just message me. This is helpful for me as well, because I'm kind of teaching myself how to do proper coaching and VOD reviews. So, as time goes on, I'm sure I'll be less scatterbrained with what I say, and I'll be more focused on specific things. But, as I'm sure you noticed, I kind of just go along and I just say what I see, But if you're wanting to work on more specific things in the future, I can definitely tailor my attention and my comments around a specific theme. But, yeah, thanks.